Alright. We are back with some more crap to talk about, and this time we have expanded.
Kind of.
Sorta.
Maybe.
It's two people here. It's better than nothing.
Yep. We almost had more, but then someone had errands.
Yes, errands. Anyway, we have something very important to talk about. And I believe if you saw our little talk about the list before. Yeah, little. Well, shut up.
Well, Snake is good at his job, because that turned out to be legit.
Yep.
For the most part.
All of it except for things that were blatantly missing. We've got the Fire Formation tanky at 2, Chaos Sorcerer they still don't know what to do with, so it's at 2 again, and Reasoning at 3 for, well, who really cares?
For whatever reasoning they have. As well as Mirror Force at 3, Scapegoat at 3.
And Gorge at 2 that's also a definite. Baby Dragon's gone, Spellbook of Judgment gone, just like they said.
Now, baby dragons, as in the
like
not the actual baby dragon.
Burner, Reactin, and the other 2.
Stream and like not Cyclone. Maybe Tempest. Anyways, something like with most lists, something from the ban list rises from the depths to destroy all, and it is a very girly dragon with 3 heads. It is actually entirely huge.
Yeah, Trishula did make its way back.
Also known as the flagship synchro for plants or something like that.
I'd argue it's the flagship synchro period.
Yeah.
Flagship, them and Nines. And
which was good for us because, like, all of us and other people, they got their Trish like a week or so before it got banned.
Then I got rid of my Trish, so I don't know how many we have anymore.
I have no idea.
I gotta look through my collection of cards.
I think it'll probably get reprinted again.
Maybe,
Yeah.
because they don't typically bring these things back.
And then they have no ability to get them. So his will probably come back.
Wave 2 tins confirmed.
Speaking of those tins, they have Bear, Gustav Max confirmed in the Title 1, Gaga Cowboy, and then Beret.
Bure, I remember him.
Oh, yeah, Catastrophe. Still one more unconfirmed card. It was supposed to be like Puppet or String or something.
Yeah, something
Puppet?
weird that no one really cares about.
Was it
but it's
number 40 or 15?
It's the rank 8 3000 attack.
Strings.
Okay, I was just say, they're both 8, but whatever. Point stands. It's the Shonen Jump one.
Yeah. Anything else we missed from the ban list?
Not that I know.
Shark to 1, Magician at 2.
Yeah, well, we already talked about that.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was confirmed too.
Yeah.
So everything we thought and a little more.
And then that one Abyssal guy, discard 1, discard a 1 or special summon it, level 7. Big Eye to 1, so no more Big Eye spam, but Draco Sex still limited with 3 Scapegoat. We're probably going to be seeing one or the other getting touched during March.
Well, you know what? I'm going to enjoy my triple goat format.
I am too. Because, like we mentioned in the last one, if we make this video, it would have to either be under one of 2 circumstances. One of them being either A, the list was so bad that we had to rage about it, or B, it was a list that actually piqued our interests by making the gameplay more like how we like to play it.
List of dreams.
Exactly.
Yeah. Except I think the only deck that didn't really get touched too badly was spell books or technically.
They didn't get.
They lost their auto win.
Yeah, they lost their auto win. They aren't like dead. They can still play. It's just that they aren't.
Well,
they aren't
considering I was playing against spell books, Cash's spell books. Took out his Judgment. Okay, then I've got a 1000 attack Solidarity because I'm secretly mastering Eternity Fake.
Turn.
Just so people are gonna be playing it back before Judgment was the thing, and that was already holding its own.
Yeah. So it's just that Dragon Rulers do not exist as their own deck anymore.
They are now tech cards.
And as Elliot was
they're
saying,
very, very powerful text cards.
Red Ox.
As Elliot was saying, he was under the impression that that's probably what they were supposed to be going for initially. It's just they happen to be good by themselves anyway. It's funny how those.
Not much else to say. I've been tinkering around with a deck list, and it's getting to the point where I like it.
Alright.
I'm just making decks that don't care about the list.
I might just
Now-
go ahead and rebuild Black Wings and things
Oh
like
yeah, Black
that.
Whirlwind too.
That's right. But now, with that being said, it's probably not going to just be us. It's
Yeah.
probably going to be other people too, who might come back in, at least for this format.
Yeah, I've
To
been hearing
play.
so many people like, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And then freaking Mermails just ruined everything, and now we've got these Dragon Rulers. Well, guess what? Mermails and Dragon Rulers kind of got kicked.
It's good time for those people to come in. But now that makes the question: what kind of cards should they be looking to get for decks?
There are actually a lot of viable decks going into this new format because of the Dragon Rulers. Like anything Earth is going to be playing Redox and just be really powerful and
Anything
cranking out dudes.
Fire can play Blaster. I've been using
Blaster's
Fire.
amazing.
I've been using Fire Dog for a while. So.
You can use that in Fire Fist, Laval's. Laval's still have 3 rekindling, mind you, so they're plenty strong.
Tidal can work with Mermails, I think.
Mermails,
Yeah,
Mermail
because
add in,
level
any
7.
combination there. And Tempest goes in Dragoonides. So they can
And cheap harpies when they don't want to get 150 harpy dragons. Confirmed in Joey's world.
Yeah, thankfully.
Really?
Well, it probably is going to be, so,
Yeah.
you know, don't go buying Harpy Dragons yet.
Yeah, remember
Yes,
people's
sir.
mistakes with tour guide, but that was another story.
Still fun.
And, like, even without Elemental Dragons, you've still got the Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning running around.
Oh, but remember those new like Blacklist Soldier Envoy the Twilight
Still, he's alive.
for now.
Uh,
I don't know. It's just like it sounds really weird. Why would they make a new Blackluster? You know.
and since they've just released a whole onslaught of new generic synchros, those scapegoats are going to let you do anything you damn well
In
please.
fact, that's probably the reason why the scapegoats are off of there now.
Another note, scapegoats are Earth, so Naturia synchros are retarded if you have them.
Oh, another thing about synchros. Since like people like abusing, trying to make mini OTKs, you're only allowed 1 Birdman.
It's true.
Just remember that. He was like one of my favorite tuners, but technically you have 2 Birdmen with Gale.
It's fine. There's still Deep Sea Diva,
Mm-hmm.
which goes anywhere. It goes especially well in Merv, the Atlantean whole setup, because
Yeah.
they can Trish in 1 turn if given the right setup and just completely wreck your shit.
Yeah. Diva, give me synchros. If not, just make a gachi. Speaking of other synchros, you can play the plant engine, which is glow up. No,
No,
Lone
it's not.
Fire Dandy Spore. Sorry.
Lone Fire Dandy Spore and an Evil Swarm Madrigal. Because it's a level 4 that you can just drop it if your opponent has more monsters than you.
Oh, cool.
It's convenient, because you can make level 5 spores with it.
Now you mentioned the synchros, and well, there's a lot of them now.
Yeah.
Star
Any
Eater
particular ones that you want to bring up?
Star
that are
Eater,
good?
giant, and like the easiest thing to summon.
They're all so good. Yes, Star Eater, level 11. 1 tuner and 1 more non-tuners. It's like the easiest thing. Because Debris Dragon with Gores, or Trigodia with any level 1 tuner like your Effect Veiler.
Barbaros, level 3 tuner.
Can't negate summon, can't respond to summon, can't activate anything in response to its attack until the end of the damage step. So it can even stop battle recruiters and whatnot from working altogether. It doesn't have like any anti-targeting or whatever on it, so it's easy to kill. It's just
First time
not
during
easy
battle.
to stop.
So, yeah.
And then you've also got the generic level 5 Armadius Keeper of Boundaries.
I thought it was 7.
He's fine.
5.
Wow.
2300 attack, so sizable enough. And if he attacks or is attacked, nothing can be activated until the end of the damage step. So he is hard to stop too, but easy to kill. And then you've got other
That
little guys like the Mistbird Colossalus. He's a level 3.
0 attack, 2300 defense.
You can negate an opponent's monster's
Well, target
effect.
monster, its
Yeah.
attack becomes 0, and if that happens, its effects are negated.
Yeah.
It's
for that turn.
it's a whole new thing.
He's
that's
an
been happening.
outs to a lot of things.
Mhm.
You can even use him in tandem with double attackers to just do a crap ton of damage all at once.
Mhm.
Balmung, Fighter of the Underworld. Level 4, 21. If he is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can summon a level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard.
That isn't him.
Yeah, except this card.
Yeah. Oh,
This
that's right.
card. So if
So
you
you-
want,
If you have another Balmung, you can go get it, but not that one. And since he's got that whole Scrap Dragon wording, if he gets warned or judgmented, he goes off.
Mhm.
And he doesn't care about any of the Mirror Forces or Torrential Tributes running around.
There was that one level 7 psychic one.
6.
6.
Yeah, it's DD Warrior related, but with 2400
It
attack.
was level 7 then.
7?
Yeah, because I remember. Oh, yeah, it was him. He replaced Bryna because no one likes playing Gaia Knight or something.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't
What
think
the-
there's
what
a
level
new
was,
7
like,
that
Zera?
you would play, because Black Rose Dragon is still a card.
Yeah.
still cool.
what was that one? The other synchro that was like good for fairies. Zeratino or
Oh, yeah. The Angel of Zera. Or
Okay.
something.
Oh yeah.
what level was that guy?
It's 8.
Okay.
If it is banished, you can special summon it during your standby phase.
So
And,
wacky.
nothing's going to, except like Master Hyperion or Bottomless or Dimensional Prison, so...
Maybe you put his
I
macro
think he
stun.
needs light
Yeah.
non-tuners or something. Maybe he was completely generic, it's just that you're not going to use him outside of that deck anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of all those cards, just like hard, easy to kill but hard to get rid of, or was it?
easy to play and get work out of, but they're also easy to kill, so...
Yeah. One of the easiest ways is
Pretty
using compulsory evacuation device.
Yeah, it stops all of them.
It's one of the most volatile
And-
trap cards, and it's at 3. I don't know how expensive.
Most given exceeds too, so...
A bit of an old comment, so it might be kind of pricey.
I think they
Yeah,
keep bringing
it
it back.
keeps coming back every
It's
once in
not
a
hard
while.
to-
It's probably got like 4 prints of it.
A trap card that I know that keeps on coming back is Venus Chain, which you can also use.
Ugh. Yeah.
Started off $20, I think it's now 2.
I'm not sure what the deal with breakthrough skill is nowadays. It probably isn't that cheap. It's new.
Battle Pack 1 I think is still $10.
Sounds like some crazy stuff going on, especially with this. If this thing gets to do this, it'll also do this.
Style of things, yeah.
You can also make your deck incredibly generic and it'll still work. I did that. I call it the standalone complex deck. Easiest way to do that, just run Ryo, run Kaiku,
Oh yeah,
anything that's
Ryo
meta.
is still best standalone card
Yeah,
in the game,
doesn't hang
basically.
around.
You can play 2 of it, and you can play it anywhere, and while it's up,
Yeah.
they're not steamrolling you.
They-
Granted, there are a lot more outs to it now than there used to be, like Blaster.
Fancy freaking Fire Ferret.
Okay, yeah, that is
It's
a
a
way
funny
around it.
tech card. When he gets destroyed in general,
Yeah,
But
you can
destroy
talk
it
to
to the
him.
graveyard.
Yeah.
Destroy a face-up monster they have, and they take 500 if you do.
it's a funny tech card you can play along with Silver Sentinel. A monster you can set in the spell and trap zone if it gets destroyed by one's effect. During the end phase, you can special summon it and then destroy a card they control.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff, I have to say.
And the next set looks interesting, and nothing too game-breaking in there unless TCG exclusives change it
Yeah.
up.
It's like Ghost Tricks that
Ghost Tricks are,
just
whatever.
just one witch and like spellcasters.
They have a generic level 3 Xyz, though. I mean, it's best in Ghost Tricks, but you can still detach 1, destroy a set card with it, no matter what deck you're playing. So, something to look forward to.
more Boojins, which I think will end up being on the rise.
Boojins are gonna probably be popular for
Yeah.
a little bit.
So, I'm gonna feel sad because Yamato is still gonna be around his 20-some when he wasn't good before the list, and now he might be extremely awesome with this list.
Yes, yes.
They actually have a plant support card coming along.
Talea, Talea's already out.
Multiple plant support cards, but in particular, a plant Xyz, the only problem is it takes 2 level 3 Earths which is
means Naturias.
tricky for the general card pool.
Basically means Naturias are probably going to be the ones to be able to do it the most because they have like half their guys level 3.
The only other level 3 is
Dandelion,
Danny.
Card Trooper.
Oh,
That too, yeah.
And you don't want to use Card Trooper that way, so.
Yeah, so basically Naturia's got something fun to play with.
They're fine. You just got a lot of things emerging as options because of those dragon rulers.
You can still like play other hipster light decks like Constellars, Light Swords,
Constellars and Evil Swarms, they're completely untouched.
And that's the thing about this list that I like so much. It sets it up so that 2 decks that are basically doing like everything last format aren't the only things that can do things now.
Yeah, there was
one's just straight up not a deck anymore.
With
all those, and the other one is manageable if annoying.
Yeah, from like Redo, which was Return of the Duelist or Revolution? Yeah. Return of the Duelist all the way up to Tachyon Galaxy. It was just slowly becoming just spellbooks, mermails, and then dragon rulers.
Like,
there was like so much.
Anyway.
There was so much variety in between.
And that's really why we in particular got out of the game for such a long time, is because for the last couple of years, it was just so much.
They murdered plants, and then it was a bunch of 1-deck formats, and that was stupid.
And now with this one, it's like you can just kind of choose. You take a pick from a bunch of decks, and they're pretty viable. Mostly because the extra deck is the thing you want to think about more.
Unfortunately, that little hint of like, oh, there's a change in deck structure. It's like, oh no, you
No,
got
it was just Japan getting a bunch of new formats we already had.
I was really hoping for a 20-card extra deck, but since we play with friends, we mostly have like an unlimited extra deck. So
seems like the restriction list is gonna go on a 4-month,
3-month
cycle, or
so every set.
just
So
about.
yeah. So basically every set, a new list comes out.
so people can actually
So
promotes
if
people
there's a
buying the
problem,
newer
they can
sets.
address
So they
it
can
right
just
away.
right then and there and just keep it going.
And they
which
can also
experiment more.
they can play around with,
So maybe
what
we
will
want
this do?
Chaos Emperor Dragon back for a format. Let's see what he does in 3 months. If he does nothing, we'll keep him. If he doesn't, go back.
Gotta confirm
Gotta confirm.
I'm only half joking with that because there is spirit support in the Shadow Trap.
And
Yada would be okay if it is only used in spirit decks. But you know what people do.
Yeah. There are some cards that you just
We'll
can't.
see.
There's just some cards that you really, it's really hard to even justify. And Yada is one of them. He is AOTK.
It's
Sinister Serpent.
Sinister Serpent.
It's,
with everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume there's no plans on that taking effect here yet.
Not yet,
Or-
no. TCG is the abused rich kid, you see.
So, but if it did happen here, it'd probably be like the best thing that ever happened to the game. Just because it wouldn't let things dominate for a year or longer.
Yeah.
And
If they do their research and development.
and more to the point, cards wouldn't be as expensive ever. Because if anything
You
got
can't
too
count
good,
on them running the format for 6 months or more.
you can only at best say they expect them to do it for 3 months, and then they might shift out if they were too good. So it
Like,
loads
they can
down.
get expensive, but they can't, they probably won't be getting to the
$1,000
over
metas.
100.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah, it won't be like $80 cards or $100
Because
cards.
even Draco Sack, which is like
You
one
started
of the
off with
best modern cards, is
start off 150, now it's like 70.
it's getting better. It's still not great, but
But I'm saying with this 3-month thing, it could even go down to like Vanguard levels of card prices for the most part.
I hope.
Like $40 cards and $50 cards are the most expensive things you'll ever see. Because
And
there's
those dropped.
yeah, and even then they'll drop. Because it's like at the end of the day, no real reason to spend hundreds of dollars on things you're only going to use for a couple months.
Easiest way to like go with future sets, play the sneaks, start off with maybe a box and just wait. And just before the hype prices
It's
drop.
crazy, isn't it? The idea of Yu-Gi-Oh being played for fun.
Oh man. It's been too long. Well,
It's been like 2 years.
yeah, it's 2 years.
We'll see how long it lasts.
We'll see how long it lasts, because there's always March. And then these sets that come out between now and then.
Yeah,
And people being people, gravitating towards the one thing and perfecting it and making it the cancer that no one wants to play against.
Yep.
Again, another reason why the 3-month thing would be great. As soon as someone does that, banned! Oh, you're gonna do it again? Banned! It won't give people a chance to break things to make the game not
Yeah,
fun.
like you said, aside from TCG exclusives, Shadow Spectres looks like a really balanced set. There's another one coming out, new information about that, so...
What was that? Legacy of the Variants.
The variants?
Valiant,
You sure it's the
Variant, we don't know.
It's the Valiant, Elliot.
It's the variant!
The variant.
Because sexual, you see.
Oh no, there's gonna be even more numbers. Variant forces to 1.
Emily, what do you have to say about any of this? You've just been sitting there.
Well, we found out that I actually like this game a little bit. Because when they tried to teach me, it was when everything was going to shit.
It was I think during in the middle of the Insector
During
format.
Forks, yeah.
Yeah. So when they first introduced it to me, I just went, what? What? No! And I wasn't in the good mood to begin with. Something was horribly wrong with me back then.
So
I'm serious.
So it was really hard to get into the game because freaking that format, it was just terrible.
I gave up because I was winning. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, Dragonfly? They're like, shit.
It was just, yeah.
So they built me a deck, and I play Naturia now.
Yep. We did it based on the new list, and
It's
you
actually
go
pretty
against
fun.
a couple decks, and it was a lot easier to get into it this time. So if nothing else, there's your proof.
Personally, my favorite decks are the ones that aren't one-trick ponies. The guy that says he's playing Fire Dog, but I've got some variety in there.
I agree. Variety comes out. Well,
Terrible card.
you just are going with the point.
And you from this discussion.
Shut up, Elliot. You're gonna tell me what
You're
to do.
getting locked!
You can't tell me what to do. But seriously though, the ability to have options and even one-of cards to do things later, it makes the game more interesting. And that's what this list gives us. Because now, everything is everywhere.
Except dark. Which is ironic. Because we had years and years of just nothing but dark.
Nothing but the darkness for years.
What was it? Teledead, Tour Guide, Evil Swarm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess you could say we're out of the Dark Ages.
Boo! Shut up, Emily. There's another one for the count.
Light Storm's still a deck. It got almost everything back.
Black Wings got their
They
things
got
back so
their
they can
Whirlwind and all their
they
Kalutes.
can at the very least be played again.
Yeah. And they're very good with some of those new synchros too. So
Yep. So yeah, this freaking list is just making everybody have a chance to play again.
glad so they get a bestiary.
Yeah.
They might not make a huge showing, but hey.
Hey, it gives them the chance to. It's better than it's been where you don't get a chance to.
Yeah, I'm
Deal
glad
with it.
Beast Friend was using. He's like, he was really glad with the second bestiary. Icarus Glass.
Icarus class.
Or best of all, my everything but the kitchen sink deck. We've been using it here for a while. Just using like all the just the standalone cards that
Yeah.
do things.
Oh, when I did that, I was loading up doing that with my friends. Like, why is all your cards limited set? It's like, it's the standalone cards. All good standalone cards are restricted in this way. Or else restricted anyway.
And in the last format or two, it did good enough to like at least play. It couldn't really force a win out of like some of the bigger decks, because some of the bigger decks were Insectors and whatever have you at the time.
Wind Up, Dino Rabbit.
Yeah, at the time was that Down Rabbit, Wind
You know
Ups,
what's dumb?
etc.
Dino Rabbit is still a deck. It's
But
just that no
it's
one has
just-
touched it because Dragon Rulers and Prophecy were that
But
batshit
now,
crazy.
but now with this list and some new cards being added in there because of the new list, it works a lot better. Especially with the goat friends.
3 Tsukuyomi.
Nothing's ever gonna play 3 Yugioh.
You have something to say, Jerry?
Yeah, well, the problem with
I'm
Dino
just disappointed in Elliot.
Oh, are you?
That's where you're
Yeah,
talking.
the problem with Dino Rabbit was just that Rescue Rabbit could out Valor, one of the most.
That was the problem.
Yes.
One problem at the time.
Yeah.
But Dino Rabbit was still able to win after that got fixed. So.
Yeah. It was because it was a bad deck, and it was the year of everyone making bad decks, topping YCS.
They can't
Yeah.
cycle quite as well as they used to
Yeah.
because they lost the Sangan.
Yeah, lost Sangan, only 2 Rabbit, 2 Tour Guide.
Sangan gone, and I don't really care.
Yeah. It just makes my deck 1 card shorter.
Yeah.
I just remembered there is a dinosaur support card coming up.
Oh, that Gemini dinosaur?
No, it's a trap card that like gives them 1,000 attack, and if they kill something in battle, they can attack again once. So Drak Guaiba is literally just gonna start mowing things down
He's essentially a mini Susano.
and going into those Evolzars. So prepare your anus.
It's hard. Well, I guess there's
Yeah, I think that's enough Yu-Gi-Oh for
covers
now.
all the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff.
We have some other news.
Speaking of
But
other-
before we continue, any last opinions from the person who hasn't spoke?
I've just been letting them roll. I
Just-
don't really have
Well, then
much
again,
to add.
you
I
are kinda-
just got into
Yeah.
this.
But you were there during the last one.
Yes, I was.
I want your opinions on the difference.
Well, like I said, I haven't really ever played Yu-Gi-Oh for realsies before.
And she actually hasn't gone against all those medics because we were being nice to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, so it's like I didn't really feel the effects of Yu-Gi-Oh. All I know is that it was bad, and just by watching from the sidelines a little bit.
Jerry, what are you doing?
The same thing he's been doing for the past 20 minutes.
I got an eye on you, Jerry.
Put down the 3DS.
No. I want to draw things on your 3DS.
That's fine.
Non-pleasant things, by the way.
Oh, you're gonna get 50 dick pictures now.
Whatever.
50.
I already expect these things.
That's the
Right,
eye
so-
levels of porn.
Continue on your final thoughts before we move on.
So now actually being able to play it, because like the first time you guys showed it to me, I kind of was like, I didn't really get it, and I didn't really like it. Now that I play it, it's kind of more fun. I think what really sold me though is they showed me the video of Kaiba versus Pegasus at one of the regional things.
It was
Yeah, one of the world.
Chain link.
And I was just like, well, this looks fun. And at first I was going to get the Blue Eyes starter decks.
Oh,
That
Blue
was
Eyes
nice.
is gonna be great.
I was going to get that, and I still might, but now I found out, oh hey, there's plants in this game,
Stop
and
liking things that I like.
I like plants, damn it!
No, I meant with the Blue Eyes. Then you're playing all my clans in Vanguard.
Not all your clans, you don't play Musketeers.
I was gonna play Sephiroth.
That's different.
It's the
like
same clan.
Two different things.
Same clan,
Same clan, but it's
I was
like two different animals.
But anyways.
Dan's final thoughts. Go.
Yeah, I was already kind of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Now that I accidentally tried to make more decks because my friend was like, "Hey, let's go have a Yu-Gi-Oh get together." I was like, "All right." I'm just gonna buy a whole bunch of cheapish hipster cards, and then started playing again when the list got released. Ended up having more fun, but that was because we were playing
we were doing a sealed.
some
draft
weird seal draft, like
thing.
240 different cards, and we're playing like weird ones. I gotta put full force strike in everything now. But yeah, I'll probably be more active with playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Especially I'll be seeing my Yu-Gi-Oh friends more often.
Yeah.
And Elliot and I will be joining you.
Yep.
Ironically, we're out a place to play Yu-Gi-Oh for real
Yeah, ironically enough, because
We're not gonna do that. We're
speaking
gonna
of
do
that,
returns.
because speaking of that place that we talked about before that we used to go to,
Yeah.
it seems that it may be not a place
Yeah,
for
it's,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
the guy who runs it is retired.
Don't have to go into details.
Okay, sorry.
It's not our place.
Okay.
But the point is, there probably won't be Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments at that area. so we won't be able to find people to Yu-Gi-Oh against there.
And our alternate place doesn't even have Yu-Gi-Oh!
At least,
It doesn't?
Well, we don't.
we don't know if
Oh,
it does
we
or
don't
not.
know. We haven't asked. We won't get a chance to until like next week.
Care to show the camera?
That was inappropriate for the camera right now.
I see.
You
Well,
might have to censor
Elliot
that.
and Dan, take over. Dan, keep talking to the camera.
Okay, well, after everyone looks at pictures,
Take things that don't belong to you.
Look, there he-
I must know. I will not get mad.
Well, so Dan, care to talk while they're doing this?
so hey guys, how's it going? Everyone having a good day or anything?
Or will I know?
But other stuff about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just like, again, just have fun with it. If you're not a tourney person, don't play tourneys. That's what I did. Because, just have people who aren't asshats try hard, butt hurts.
Yeah, even
Salty saves.
even that can only go so far based on the format you're in. That's why this is the time to get back in if you care.
I'm going back in my spot.
That's all right. And now Elliot, now he's done
Trying to find out
whatever
what
with Jerry.
was
I'm
doing.
trying to find his vandalism.
He probably deleted
Final
it.
thoughts on the Yu-Gi-Oh! List compared to how it was and gameplay as a whole, etc.
It's gonna be a fun 3 months.
3 months?
We'll see what happens after that.
I see.
Speaking of something that's kind of coming up in 3 months, Pocket the Monster, The Orgy. So good, damn good. It's original console time.
Elliot, Emily,
Yes.
over there.
Okay. Well, not original console.
That way I can see all of you.
Handheld.
I don't want to go over there.
It's not your prerogative.
Fat ass, you can sit over here.
But I want a different fat ass sitting next to me.
Okay, fine.
Good enough. Good enough. All right. So now that we're all together again, let's start.
All together.
A trailer came out for a new Pokemon show. Not just an OVA, as far as I know. Not just like a mini movie thing.
Or
It's-
3 episodes.
Or an
series
episode
with a retarded
miniseries.
tiger.
It
Articles
is.
that have announced the series, well, they're calling it a TV series right now, so I don't know. The production value does look higher than the TV series right now, so maybe it'll be 24 episodes, depending on the funding that Nintendo has and what studio they get.
But yeah,
At the very least, though, we can confirm it's going to be a series, though,
based on the
That's what it
game.
based on the game. So no Ash Ketchups.
There's no Pikachu.
Yeah, no
Main
Pikachu.
character,
Main character.
Freaking Charmander.
Using
becomes
Charmander.
a Charizard that can survive
He's
underwater.
Gen 3 red.
And that he has,
Design.
I guess, sex
Oh, really?
with in
So
that
that's why
water
it's
scene.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's weird, but it was there.
Hey man, Charizards are that hardcore. They can go underwater if they want to.
Bulbasaur,
Well, I guess
not
it doesn't.
loved.
Yeah,
It's like
Bulbasaur
breathing
not
in
loved.
space. You can breathe in space.
Well, it is true that nowadays it isn't mentioned in the Pokédex entry that Charizards can't be near water.
Yeah. Because everything about Charmander was kind of like became betrayal, especially when Ash was like, hey, look, what's that? Well, technically it was like, oh, hey, look, it's a Charmer, but I'm the only one with a Pokedex.
It became, there's no way that this thing could live in real life or any kind of life without getting near water and getting wet. We gotta change this.
Our planet is like, how much percent water again?
It's not our planet, because South America doesn't exist anymore.
It's 70.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's 70%.
Derp, derp.
And yeah, so it's probably 80% because South America doesn't exist anymore because of.
All we can say that
Yeah.
there's a lot of surfing in regions.
The point is, there's a lot of water. The idea of a Charmander's not getting hit by a flood does not seem,
Plausible.
especially if it's in the rainy season.
To
It's like-
summarize, big scary dragon, water, there is a lot.
All right,
Charizard,
we're going off. We're going.
Charizard better than Superman confirmed.
Okay, we're going off topic here. Point is,
We're excited about this show.
start of the show doesn't have Ash, doesn't have stupid person doing stupid things, even though he knows he doesn't have to do those things. No bringing one Pokemon into a gym because he thinks he just needs the one to freaking beat the gym leader, and then it dies, so he has to run outside of the gym to go get another one to fight, and then he loses that one and has to go out again.
During all that, Professor Oak is still porking his mom.
There you go.
Um,
Needless to say, I'm not exactly happy with Ash. He's kind of stupid.
yeah, and
Let me scan this coughing. I've totally never seen one before.
It's a coughing. Oh, it's a Caterpie. That reminds me of the one I had. Let's see his Pokédex entry. Done.
But with the new show, again, different anime style. Oak looks a bit younger. Rock looks more of a pedophile. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen Misty, but then again, it was essentially showing us the beginning of what's going to happen.
So hopefully
no
this does.
legendaries
So hopefully
whatsoever.
this does well
Right now.
enough that it will continue past
Oh,
24.
Lance.
Oh yeah, Lance. But
Yeah,
didn't-
Lance was there.
but didn't we see Lance early on in the game?
Oh.
No, Lance is just there because Lance is a bro.
Oh yeah, Lance was like everyone's favorite.
He's everyone's favorite Gen 1 Elite 4.
Everyone's favorite.
He's the Dragon Man after all.
He was the first cheating dragon trainer.
Yes, yes he was.
Level
Well, yeah,
47
it's
Dragonite.
But yeah, it's going to be something. If it continues due to people buying it, that'll be even better. And even better than that will be if it becomes even more popular than a certain other series.
So please, pay attention to
Pay
this.
attention to it.
Buy the Blu-rays!
It's Blu-rays. I know they're expensive, but do it.
Even the Japanese.
Even
Especially the Japanese.
especially the
Import
Japanese
that shit.
ones.
Import it!
That's how they'll
There-
keep making it.
There is a thing called Amazon.jp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Amazon.jp. Go buy it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Support the official release, guys.
Yeah, basically.
Seriously.
Well, aside from buying everything else.
Because if you do, we'll get a better Pokemon series.
That would be
We can
dumb.
kill Ash, guys.
Ash
we can
will-
finally
Ash
kill
will,
him.
Ash will finally die.
Remember that black and white...
Do
you not understand?
All right, that's enough of you.
Emily, get
Remember
over
that
here.
black and white 2 trailer we saw? I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be like actual series? It
enough?
might happen with enough support.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, long story short, don't look this gift horse in the mouth. This is the chance to make this Pokemon Adventures manga
And
actual.
similar things, yeah.
We can slay the dragon, guys.
I mean,
This is the chance.
yeah, like some people would be like, well, it'll be the same with what Ash is doing. Well, not really, because Ash, like, he only goes to certain parts of, like, just, he goes from one gym to the other and weird shenanigans in between. But you
yeah.
can see, like, all the other side stuff that you've been playing in the games.
Yeah, because despite what certain owners of certain stores would tell you, and they know who they are, Pokemon has things going on other than just go to gym
Run around in the
and
grass.
and run around in grass.
I really
It's
hope
like-
to make the joke that he tries to get past something, but there's a tree in the way.
No!
Everyone's cut.
Need strength. No!
No! No, man. Pokemon use strength, and then he pushes the boulder out of the
And again,
way.
again, Red's team could be different from Ash's team. Like,
It's
Oh,
good.
it is.
yeah,
Well, he's
Steve
already
Black,
started.
Pikachu,
He started
and
his
not
summon.
releasing them over and over again. Just put
Oh
them
yeah,
in
that's another one.
PC.
No more just releasing his Pokemon every second he gets. For no reason sometimes. I'm looking at you, Primate.
It will make sense
Oh,
that
freaking... Sorry, go ahead.
every new season will be, if it keeps on going, every new season will be a different character, which is why they'll have new Pokemon.
Yeah, it would be follow him until he gets to the Elite Four, wins. Next guy. And keep it going.
Yeah, it'll be like a growing up story every single season. As
Oh.
opposed to, I'm not going to age it all seasons.
No bullshit of catching all 3 starters in the wild. That was just stupid.
Well, to be fair, he didn't do that in Gen 4.
Yeah, but that was still bullshit because we can't do it in the games.
Oh,
Except
The
for
only
Yellow,
game where you
yes.
can, Yellow. That's the only one where you can do it.
the only thing I'm going to miss if Origins becomes a thing is a whole bunch of Dawn and May coming back.
Hey,
What happened to
hey,
Mystique?
Hey, you make it sound...
if it keeps going, it gets if it keeps going, we'll probably see them when they get to the Gen 3 era. And then the Gen 4 era.
I
They'll
mean,
be
Gary
main
was
characters.
Just not together.
Hey, you don't know that. If it goes like Pokemon Adventures, they'll actually meet each other.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That's cool.
It can happen.
But yes, the warm, soft underbelly.
Oh yeah, I was
of
gonna yell about freaking beating the guy at the Pokemon fighting tournament thing with the Primeape, and then giving the Primeape to the guy he beat so it could get stronger.
To the guy he
So
beat.
it could become a Pokemon champion in that fighting circuit, which it already did.
Speaking of which, how is that Primeape?
Yeah, and then never see him again.
Nope. Pidgeot, nope.
Hey Glasgow, how's it going? Charizard, what are you doing? Getting away!
Charizard came back at the very least. He's in this episode right now.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Came back.
We thought Butterfree was gonna come back for a while.
No.
Turned out just a flashback.
Teasers.
just,
Those sons of bitches.
he's still trying to get those RNGs going to make more shinies.
He had to give
Wait. It's a Butterfree. It probably died after mating.
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's like we'll probably never see it again because it's probably dead.
Also, he had a Gibble.
Yes, he did.
Why did that thing never become a Garchomp?
Because he
Ash.
left it at the Professor Oak place. Because he has to start over again every time he goes to a new place. Because
It's his own unwritten rule.
yeah,
Except Pikachu.
except for it is a written rule because you know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Pikachu just goes,
Hey, you gotta start fresh for the kids.
Heck, the only time, well, yeah, you know how you do that? Change the character and start fresh. Who knows who Ash and his goals are outside of the one goal he tells us, which isn't even the same goal it was in the first 2 seasons.
his goal is being the chosen one in every single region.
Is that this would be the easiest way to do it to get kids interested in everything. Make it play like the games that they play. And no Ash Ketchup. I call him Ketchup on purpose. He doesn't deserve his actual last name.
Okay, Grandpa, we get it. You're angry.
I am angry.
I'm mad.
I know you're not
and
because you
angry.
like the voice actresses.
Well, yeah, I mean, like,
But they can go into this show too.
they can, and you know what? I saw Aoi Yuki as friggin' Iris, and I'm already set to just move on to Origins, so let's do it.
Yeah, so long story short, Origin's gonna be pimp. Original series was great. Everything after that slowly deteriorated, and now we got crap.
Did we have any other news for anything else, like
They
Pokemon game,
teaser.
or- Oh yeah, teaser.
There was this video of Pikachu going through basically time as he started from the old Game Boy, walking through different game systems with different, games and little bits of media.
Walked up to X and Y. But
X and
apparently
Y,
it
and it played, and then as it finished playing, the screen flickers, and you see the image of Lucario facing
in a
Blaziken.
standoff. We don't know.
And that's all we know.
Pokemon for Evo 2014, let's do it!
Yeah,
It could just be
I
the
agree.
new stadium style.
It could be the new
game,
stadium. It could
or
just.
it might be that long-awaited Pokemon fighting.
It could
game.
be an actual fighting game that we've been waiting for. And if it is, oh my God.
Because that 3D budget looked a lot better than X and Y, but X and Y still
Oh no,
looks
that
amazing.
clearly was Wii U level stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely not a 3DS game. Well,
That or
it is.
Possibly Pokemon on Wii U. Pokemon game there.
That's what I just said.
No, it's not a good place for.
Like like a Coliseum style.
Yeah.
Just put it on the PlayStation 4.
At this point, any Pokemon Stadium things you could just as easily put on a 3DS. It's the
Home
3DS is capable of
consoles
it.
aren't very good for mainstream Pokemon games.
It's not.
Especially in Japan, since portable gaming is more popular over
And
there.
heck, portable game is getting more popular here because it's easier just to
Yeah.
take the game with you than it is to stay at home all day.
Spin-offs are good there,
So
so
it's
we can only hope.
yeah. So it's time for spin-off stuff. And what's the best thing to put on on a home console for a spin-off thing? Fighting games and party games. So I'm leaning towards fighting game. At least we're all hoping that's what it is.
It'll be the best.
Smash
It
Bros,
is.
but only with
Just-
Pokemon.
Yeah, again, home
Basically,
console's best for like friend get-togethers.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not something you do for like stadium. So yeah, here's hoping for that. Oh, that's gonna be sweet if it is. I really hope it is. Any final thoughts on either of those two things, the game or the show?
I can't get too excited yet, but
Yeah, because they're just teasers, but things to think about. How about you, Dan?
I'm so excited. Even Speedwagon is excited.
Contain yourself.
Jerry, go.
Bronson Tran and Nin. Evo 2014 for Pokemon. Let's do it.
Well, you heard him. How about you, Em?
We can kill him, guys. We can still kill him.
Ash's
Murder him in cold blood.
Ash's head on a pike for 2014. Got it.
There will be blood.
Emily, calm down.
I'm sorry, Internet. She's a little angry right now.
Katie,
Emily,
your
calm down.
move.
I'm good.
You have nothing to say?
Nope.
Nothing to add? All right, well, then it's time for the obligatory Vanguard one, unless there's any other news. Anything?
Slight confusion with Extra Booster 4 and 5.
Yeah, people seem to be under the impression that our extra booster English releases might be a bit different than their original counterparts, but we have no grounds to say it for certain.
It could just be weird wording issues. For example, Extra Booster 5 said they had 3 alternate arts of cards when technically there was only 2 in Japan. That could just mean Chocolat being, having that new Sentinel design.
Yeah.
Or we could get Laser Baby Gemini.
That would be the most amazing
That
thing.
would be a great.
I'd love it. I'd play it forever.
What was an extra booster 4 and 5?
The Nova Grapplers
The Death Army Battle.
and
Oh. But that's so close. Why did I think it was going to be different?
Like, it could be like slight difference. For example, apparently there was going to be, there is implied one more newer card in
Which
Extra Booster 5.
seems-
It could just be just pointing out Chocolat. If not, maybe Battle Sister Candy.
Maybe we're getting another one of those promos from World Champion that we're not going to get anywhere
I was
else.
saying Battle Sister Candy.
What? Fighters Collection?
Yeah, Fighters
Oh,
Collection.
there's no Oracle Think Tank in there.
We already know
That's
what
new.
the promo for those boxes is. It's the Goshok Liberator Kado,
Oh.
whatever his name is. Nothing in particular about Booster 13 or anything on the other side of the ocean, though. We're going to be dry for a little bit longer.
Aside from the, anime just getting kind of postponed, Japan, there were
Yeah,
weird,
that's-
little leaks of newer cards. For example, Reverse Theory. Well, that's not a card, but it's just...
Something got delayed for reasons of reasons.
These are some reasons.
Reasoning at 3, guys. One new thing we learned was there's a second dimension Fleece Break Ride.
Yes.
Yes.
And apparently it's for the bad guys.
Oh, Jerry, this one's before we go into just for you. One of the new things for Dayusha, the Dimension Police, looks like the Gokaio.
No, the evil Gokaio.
Yeah.
But the new Dimension Police Break Ride, when you ride Dimension Police on it, plus 10,000 power, and you can choose one of your opponent's vanguards and have its power reduced for 5,000.
And its name continues the trend of Holy English Batman.
Apparently it's a Genesis.
I think the kanji reads like Genesis or beginning or whatever hero, but it's read as Origin Saver.
Our English is so great, guys.
English.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
I forget his given name, but it doesn't matter.
Origin Saver.
It's either
He's saving that Pokemon.
It's either a very covered
that's
up
enough idea.
female or a very Bishonen man.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that, but we'll find out soon. If yes.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Maybe. Let's get to
here.
those units.
Is there any other news we should bring up?
Chat Noir, tell us your rulings now.
No, we're not allowed. Bushiro doesn't even know, apparently. And if they do know, they're not making with the talking.
Which is weird for them, because usually as soon as they know, they tell us.
It may be the first time a card's text changes between being today's card and being released. We've seen them change text between like magazine reveal and set release before.
Then we've seen Elaine.
6,000 power? No. But, yeah, well, jury's still out on that. Probably will be until the set comes out. Because they're not legally obligated to answer until then.
Yeah, but it'd be nice if they did.
Quick browsing before I got here, day before. 2 other Link Joker cards spoiled. New starter when
Right, there were promos.
Yeah. Oh yeah, promo. Sorry. When your opponent's unit gets locked, it's a grade 0 star that has a 4-run or whatever. You can add to your hand.
So
Grade
their own Koro.
Yeah, a grade 1 essentially jerk-ass Kiminara.
Yeah.
Power +1, put into soul. When your opponent's unit gets unlocked, lock it again.
Not yet again.
And that's actually a very interesting card because it allows things like Mindless Blade Heartless and Knight of Entropy to see more table time.
Mm-hmm.
You can get some mid-game locks out of them, and that's pretty strong.
Or just stupid Infinite Zero shenanigans. I don't mind making myself 3 boosters when they can't even attack.
Alright.
Scary.
So,
Yeah. With all did we talk about the Grand Blue Bear card?
I don't think we
I don't
did
think
that.
we actually did talk about it.
I think it was Pimp Mac Daddy of the 7 Seas, Captain Nightswag.
No.
Okay, Lord of the 7 Seas, Nightness.
Yeah. +10 and call 2 Grand Blue from the drop zone. They get 5k for that turn, and they get retired at the end of that turn. It's really nice for getting that final push. It provides the units that are getting the power buff, so you don't care about Eradicators and Revengers that much, killing your stuff.
Helps devote, like, just you don't have to devote much in your hand when you're kind of like getting pushed with those Eradicators.
And you can turn those into permanent cards and lose the power buffs using the other Grand Blue skills, so it's really versatile within that plan. And there's some sort of rumor about a unit with an on-call from drop skill of some sort that trades a unit for another unit. It's weird.
It's a
I
great
don't think we've seen any sort of confirmation on it, though.
Yeah, but with all these new like Great Nature, Grand Blue, Link Joker, and Dimension Police cards, I can't wait to get disappointed about Angel Feather.
Angel Feather, they just had to make it the most do-nothing setup. You literally just put 1 card in your damage zone and then vanilla beat.
Yeah,
It's not interesting at all.
as opposed to the other ones that were slightly improving, like with Shamsil or Metatron, just like being able to like field what you want and just have and get rewarded for doing so, as opposed to I read this, whatever I call is good, because Eradicators are assholes. You might see Ramiel reverse. I wouldn't mind that. I'd like a bit more Shamsil support.
Shamsil support. I'd like to see more Metatron without her dumb ride chain.
Just playing Metatron without the right chain.
Yeah,
You don't need
that's
that.
what I do.
Anything else? I think that's everything.
Oh yeah, nothing new about Nova Grapplers, so we don't have to worry about that.
And then I covered the extra booster 7. And I think we talked about briefly extra boosters 8 and 9.
Yeah, Champions of the Galaxy, Nova Grappler everything, including cross rides for Stern and Asura Kaiser. Confirmed.
Most cross rides of any clan?
And
Yeah.
Kagero.
They're gonna be going on 4, maybe even 5.
Jeez.
But still, Dayusha is the only one who can claim he has a cross ride of his cross ride.
Yeah.
Manga Kagero, including the grade 4.
Oh yeah, Vig.
Novel Vig.
His skill is kind of vague.
It really
It
is,
is.
because
He doesn't have, it's, in the manga it doesn't have twin drive, and even if it drive checks a trigger, apparently its effects are gated essentially.
like trigger effects are negated altogether, I think.
So
while he's
from
out
either
there.
side.
Both sides.
Yeah, so if he attacks, he doesn't get the double triggers. I mean, if he gets if he
Even
gets
tricks
a, if he gets a
something
trick,
with his one drive
if he
check.
gets a crit, it doesn't work. But if
But
the opponent gets a
others don't
heal,
either,
it
and-
doesn't work either.
It makes it really hard to hit you too, because
Yeah.
12k base
Yeah.
or
So,
whatever it's gonna be.
so it's interesting. It's probably more worth the title of rank grade 4 than the Sylvest was.
With grade 4, you really gotta make it worthwhile. It's gotta do something huge without being game breaking, but it's gotta be good enough to.
It has to
Make
be
up
worth the
for-
justification of making yourself run 7 grade 3s as opposed to your average 8.
Compromising deck consistency and all that.
Another manga card for Kagero was that I'm better than Yaksha.
Oh yeah, him, the 11K guy who if
Comes
your
down
points
at -3 under the
For
same
that turn.
conditions. Yeah.
same
But,
conditions as Yaksha, buy speed for the turn, so it's 9K for a turn. It goes back up to 11. It's pretty good.
It's amazing with striking.
Of course, Jerry.
Makes up for it. I've been trying to think of how to play that card with Seal Dragons and the Seal Dragon starter. Probably paired up with Dote because I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh! Remember that one clan you wanted to use, but you didn't want to play anymore because it was terrible? And now it's getting a trial deck?
Yes.
Which one would that be?
Genesis.
Trial deck, what was it again?
I think it's 14.
Yeah, 14. 13 was a mentioned place.
5 new cards and then 2 preview cards from Booster 14 in which they are going to be.
We already saw 4 of them.
We've seen all of the art for all of the new cards.
Really? Oh yeah, the Break Ride, the Powerpuff Girls, and that one.
The 2 of them.
Oh, Kirisami Monster and Pineapple.
Whatever. Only arts though, because jerks!
Again.
But yeah, who spilled the Chemical X and where can I get some? Because it's probably going to help them a lot.
And again, Genesis confirmed next set, so yay!
Gold Oracle Think Tank.
And did I forget? Did we tell them about the confirmation about which what the Christmas time thing
Yes,
was?
Rise to Royalty.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's one of the
It
really
is Daigo
nice.
without the Daigo.
Yeah.
I go with the
As
Daigo.
instead of the promo Daigo cards along with a random picture of him, you get an Ambrosius deck box, Dignified Silver Dragon Sleeves, and a Sanctuary Guard
Storage box.
storage box.
It's
Great.
pretty good deal.
Storage.
Very strong always considered. I would like to start seeing some metal tins.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest, it's like, don't get me wrong, the thick cardboard box ones, like the ones we got from the first regional, are nice. It's just they're cardboard. So if they get too wet or if they get crushed, they are crushed and they're not coming back.
And I'd rather not use their lunchboxes.
Yeah, so I would like to start seeing like metal tins, like the ones Yugioh uses.
Yeah, because
Maybe with time.
Yeah, maybe time. But with that being said, deck box, and custom deck box and custom sleeves, always cool.
Yeah.
Makes
and
sense.
That's just a completely all-around custom product that Japan doesn't have any of those little things.
So it's still pretty neat and decent. My only gripe is about the tin thing instead of a cardboard deck box. It's still probably worth it, but well, can't say that until we know a price.
Yeah.
We don't.
So if it's like only $20 for all that, I say get it.
I gotta get it because Sanctuary Guard likes me.
But if it's like 30
Trying to get a
plus,
place to the Sanctuary Guard is going to be a bitch though.
Oh yeah.
but if it's 30 plus,
I'll buy
I'd
one
say
if it comes with an
ask
extra
yourself if you
box.
really need it over the single
It
cards.
comes with a nice box. And
Because-
a box for your box.
Because if you don't need the cardboard box
And
or
little
the
card
sleeves and
boxes
grab,
to put in your box.
you can
How
just
many
use your
boxes
$30 to
I
get.
like
Those
boxes.
Whatever.
boxes.
Well, I guess based on what everyone's saying here is they agree.
Yes.
And I guess that is everything for this dump.
Yep.
I can't think of any
Recall
other
Rant of the Vanguard.
things.
Stay in school, kids. Do drugs.
Well, I guess that's
kind
it.
of backwards.
Shut up.
Stay in your drugs
Do
and do your
school,
school.
stay in, yeah.
Do school to
Mr.
drugs.
Tiger does not approve of your
Don't let the man
magnitude.
keep you down.
Well, I guess that does that for this video, Tiger and Bunny.
Oh god, it is Tiger and Bunny!
Good luck!
I
And,
guess we have 2 mascots now.
and I guess we'll bring up any other information as it comes, particularly of that new footage of that Pokemon game,
yeah.
Pokemon Origin. I'm just gonna call it Pokemon Origin. I'm not gonna remember the yes.
Zuh.
And of course, now that we're actually back in it again, we'll probably even do some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff every once in a while, as long as it stays good.
3 months.
But so far, 3 months of clarity. We're just gonna be in here for at least that long.
Yep.
As long as nothing bullcrap shows up.
So,
Have fun.
See ya.
there is always a next time. See ya.
Bye bye.